everybody, it's Cheryl here from Semprose Pilates. Welcome to... Hi everybody, it's Cheryl from Semprose Pilates. Welcome to the Camden Wellness Expo online. I hope you've enjoyed Charmaine's presentation earlier this morning on loving food, and also Maria's presentation for the yoga for kids and the family. We today are going to do a movement class called Release, Stretch and Tone. So unfortunately we've been in lockdown now for coming on 6-7 weeks, and we have been confined to doing Zoom meetings or homeschooling or just living in our houses for a long period of time. And so our lives have become a bit in a shortened space, in a tighter space. And sometimes when we live in that tightened space, we get very tight muscles, we get very shortened muscles, and we also get muscles that become weaker. So today's session is all about trying to release those tight muscles and try to give a bit more length to those shortened muscles, and also to help to strengthen and tone those muscles that have become a bit weak. You might find that as we go through today's workout that you may feel some things are tighter than others, so just take your time in each of the stretches or the releases and make sure that you get the most benefit out of it. If at any time you feel any pain or feel a bit uncomfortable in something, please stop and take a break from that exercise, because that may just be aggravating something that you've got. I have the lovely Elise here helping me today. Elise is going to be able to show us some variations for some of the exercises that we've got. So I'll describe one and then I'll give you a variation to do which may be easier or more difficult, and I'll explain that as we go along just to make sure that you can manage that. So today's workout, grab a bit of space somewhere where you've got room to move. If you're on a hard floor like a timber floor or tiles, please use a mat or a beach towel of some sort to protect you. If you have any balance issues, make sure you use a chair to hold on to when we do some sort of exercises, and make sure that the chair is up against something firm so it doesn't, or a wall or something like that, so it doesn't slide while we do some exercises. The optional extras are to have a roller. Doesn't matter what size your roller is, but if you've got one, grab a roller. Your other optional extra is also to have a spiky ball, so just to do some releases with our spiky ball. And the other thing that I do need you to grab though is a resistance band if you've got one at home, or just a longer towel, more like a beach towel, but not the big double ones because they might be a bit too big. So just a long beach towel, just so that we can use that later on in the workout. I have my other assistant with me who'll be making some comments on behalf of Semprose, so if you put anything in the comments field, the lovely Kirsten will be making sure that she can answer those comments for you if you've got any questions. So to begin with, we will get started with some release work. So why don't we start standing first so we can feel how our bodies currently are, and then we'll have a benchmark as to what we're going to feel like when we get to the very end. So we'll start standing, and we're just going to do a little roll down exercise. So your feet are going to be a hip width distance apart. Your hands are just going to be by your side, and you're just going to be a bit relaxed. And all we're going to do is just tuck our chin into our chest, and we're going to roll our body all the way down to the ground, as far as your body will let you go. So just slide yourself all the way down to the ground. That's it. Take your time going down, all the way down. Good. And then you're going to come all the way back up. Now as you're going down, go down again one more time. So you just take a big breath in, and then exhale as you roll the body down. And as you're rolling down, think about what's tight and sore for you. Is it your back? Is it your hips? Is it your legs, your quads, your hamstrings? And then roll up. Are your shoulders feeling tight? Is your neck too tight to be able to get your chin to your chest? Just check in with those parts of your bodies. And last one, chin to chest, and then roll all the way down. Good, and then come all the way back up. So you've just noted all of those tight bits and pieces in the body, things that aren't quite working, and let's hopefully by the end of this session we can get them feeling much freer before we finish. So let's start with our feet. We're going to start from the bottom and we're going to work our way up. So if you've got your spiky ball or your roller, we're going to start with putting that underneath your foot. If you have any issues, you can sit on your chair or you can sit on the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and release the foot. So for those of you that don't have a spiky ball, you're going to make a fist out of your hand, and you're going to get your knuckles and pop them underneath your toes, and you're going to run your knuckles all the way down the inside of your foot, all the way down to your heel. And if you're on the spiky ball, you're just taking the spiky ball backwards and forwards over the foot, bottom of the foot. So with your fist, you're going to start underneath the toes, and you're going to press underneath those arches all the way down to the middle of the foot, all the way down to your heel. We're now going to do the outside of the foot. So you're going to start on your pinky toe, and you're going to really press hard on the outside of the foot using the spiky ball, or also with your hand down to the edge, and then come all the way back. And then one more on that side. Just on the outside of the foot, press into the foot as you press down and stretch into those muscles that are a bit tight underneath the foot. The last one is coming to the big toe. So start at the big toe, just in underneath the toes, and pressing with the hand, press into the arch, get right, doesn't that feel good? Right into the arch there, and down to the heel. And then one more. Start at the underneath of the toes, and then come all the way back down, pressing into the arch, and coming to the heel. Beautiful. And we're going to do this on the other side. So swap feet, change your foot on the ball, swap the other one over. Remember, you're either sitting on the floor or a chair, whichever works best for you. Making your fists with your hand, start with the knuckles underneath the toe area, and then you're going to come just the middle of the foot to start with. So just come down through the middle of the foot, all the way down to your heel. Good, and then back up. And then one more in this position, start from underneath the toes there and come all the way over the toe, down through the middle of the foot and all the way down to the heel. Great. Now we're going to go to the outside of the foot, so you're starting where the pinky toe is, making your fist, and you're going to drag it all the way down the outside of the foot and then come all the way back up. Good. And last one, drag it all the way down. So if you're using your body weight on the spiky ball, the more body weight you put on the ball, the more pressure it's going to be, and you'll feel it really digging into those tight muscles. Are you feeling it, Elise? Yeah. And now let's go to the big toe, and start from the big toe, and then press it down all the way underneath the big toe, on the right through the arch of the foot, down to your heel, and then again underneath the big foot, press it down all the way through the arch of the foot, and down to the heel. Beautiful. Let's just pop those out of the way. Elisa's going to sit down on the ground, and she's going to keep her spiky ball so that we can do a glute release. For those of you that are sitting on your chair, you're going to pop your ankle one on top of the other, and you're just going to bend forward into that, and you're going to feel your stretch happening all down the side and into your butt here. Elisa's going to take the spiky ball, and she's going to sit one of her butt cheeks onto the ball. Good. And then she's going to cross that leg on top of the other one, and she's just going to roll that ball around on those little tight butt cheeks. So we're here. If you don't have a spiky ball, leaning forward and coming back up, and then leaning forward and coming back up. If you're not on your chair, you can do the same thing on the floor. Your legs just straight out, your legs bent and on top of your knee, and then you're just bending forward and coming back up, and then bending forward and coming back up. Woo, I can feel that on my butt. Let's swap sides. So Elisa's going to take the ball and pop it on her other side, and she's going to bend her knee up onto her ankle, up onto her knee, and I'm going to cross over here, and then I'm just going to lean forward into this stretch and come back up, and then take it forward, and then come back up. Good. And then one more, take it forward. Good. And come back up. Nice. We're going to move on to our hamstrings is next. Yep, so we're going to use the roller for our hamstrings. Elisa's going to sit on the roller, and she's going to use her roller to roll from her bottom down to the bottom of her knees. And for me, I'm just going to stretch my legs straight out while I'm sitting on the chair, and I'm just sliding my body forward all the way down to the ground, feeling in the back of my hamstrings there, and coming back up. If you're not on the chair and you can't feel anything, come down to the ground, and then you're just going to cross one leg in front of the other, and then you're going to reach forward to there and try and feel that stretch in the back of the leg, just in this section here, and then you're going to come back up. You can exhale as you go forward, breathing into the stretch. Good, and come back up. And Elisa's feeling that okay on the roller. Last one, all the way down, and come back up. We're swapping sides for those people that are doing one at a time. Lisa's just getting a bit extra there for those that are on the roller, and you're just stretching forward into your hamstring. Good, and come back up just as much as your body will allow you. So don't overdo your stretch. Don't feel like you've got to get all the way down to here. Just listen to your body and go as far as you need to go to feel that stretch in the back of your leg. And come back up. Good, and last one. All the way down. And come back up. We're now going to look at our calf muscles. So Elisa's going to take the spiky ball back, and she's going to use the spiky ball on her calf muscle. And I'm going to stand to feel our calf stretch. So I'm having a split stance here, and the leg at the back is going to be the one where I'm going to feel the stretch. If you have any balance issues, you're going to bring the chair in front of you and hang on to the chair as we lean forward, bending this front leg as we go forward, and you want to press the heel of your back leg into the ground so that you can feel that stretch happening through that leg. And then you're going to come back up, and then you're going to go forward again, bending that knee forward, press the heel into the ground of the back leg so you're feeling that stretch happening in your calf muscle, and come back up. And last one on this side, bend the knee, take it forward, stretch into that calf muscle, drive that heel into the floor as much as you can and feel that lovely stretch. Good, and come back up. Swapping sides. So Elisa's just swapping the ball, spiky ball, onto the other leg. She's up on her hands, so if you're feeling that a bit much in your shoulders, come down onto your elbows, and that's another variation for you there. So we've got a split stance for those that are standing. We're going to bend forward and drive that heel into the ground of the other leg and feel the calf muscle stretching on that side. And then come back up. Good, and then bend forward and drive that heel into the ground. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg. The further you go, the more stretch you're going to get. Okay, and come back up, but don't let the heel come off the ground. And last one, leaning forward, pressing that heel into the ground, and come back up. Last one for the day are our quads. Elisa's going to use the roller, and she's going to lay on the front of the roller for her quads. She's going to lay on the roller, and she's going to use her hands or down onto her elbows as she rolls from her hips all the way down to her knees. For those of us that don't have any of that equipment, we're just going to be kneeling on the ground, and we're in this position here with our bent knees. And if you can, you're going to reach behind you and grab onto your foot, and then you're going to come up straight and feel the stretch happening here in your quad muscle here. If you can't grab onto your foot, leave it down on the ground, and you're just going to hinge back slightly, and you'll feel the stretch happening there in your quad muscle. So you've got two options. You're going to grab onto the foot and feel the stretch as you stand up straight, or you're just hinging back to feel the stretch on the side here. And you've got one more on this side, hinging back if this is your option, or grab onto the foot if that's your other, and you're feeling the stretch in the front, and come back up. For those of us in this position, we're going to swap sides. For those of you on the roller, I'm sure your quads have had enough, so how about you guys give your ITBs a go? So Elisa's going to go on her side, and she's going to give her side of her legs a go. Now this can be quite painful for some people, so only go as long as you can tolerate. Maybe 2 or 3 on that side, and then swap and do 2 and 3 on the other. For those on the rollers. For us that haven't done our other quad, we're in our kneeling position, and you're going to hinge back to feel the stretch here in the quad and come forward, or you're going to grab onto your back of your ankle here and then just straighten the body up to feel that stretch. So those that are going backwards and forwards, you just want to do that maybe 3 times. The other guys are just holding this stagnant stretch with the quad. And swap sides if you're on your ITB. So Elisa's just going to try her other side. You get an extra stretch for the day, everybody, so you'll be feeling maybe just a tad bit better than us. Beautiful. How's that, Elise? Great. All right, last one is our hip flexors. So we're going to pop those out of the way, and we're going to stand up tall, and we're going to go for a split stance. Go as wide as you can manage without overbalancing, and if you need to, you're going to grab your chair and pop it in front of you to grab onto it if you need. So from here, we're just going to tuck our hips forward, keeping our legs and body straight, lift it straight up to the ceiling. And as soon as you've tucked that hip underneath, you should feel that stretch happening just in this area here of your hips. Good, and then release your hips, let them drop back. And then one more, tuck underneath, take it forward, feel it happening here in the stretch area. Good, and release. Swap legs, so take that leg to the front and bring the other one to the back. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to tuck our hips underneath. Good. And stand up tall and feel that stretch happening on the back leg. So the back leg is the one that's having those hips that are opening out. Good. And just relax. And the last one, and tuck the hips underneath. Good. Feel the stretch happening in the hip area. Good. And relax. Beautiful. We're going to come down to the mat and we're going to lay on our back. And you're going to grab your resistance band. Your resistance band if you have it, or you're going to get that beach towel, the extra one that we had before. If you want to, you can grab a cushion, our lovely cushions here, and pop them under your head to give your head a bit of support. I know I didn't say that at the very beginning that you needed a cushion, but if you need it, you can have it. Otherwise, just go for the flow. Alright, so we're going to lay down on our back, and you're going to pop your foot into your resistance band or to your towel. Make sure you've got equal lengths. So don't make one side shorter than the other, okay? So make sure that you've got equal lengths, and then you're just going to lay yourself down onto the ground. Your leg is going to go straight to the ceiling. Good. You can have this other supporting leg bent, or you can have it straight out on the ground, whichever works best for you. I'm going to give you the bent version. Elise has the straight leg version. From here, flex your foot. Try to get your kink out of the back of your knee if you can, so your hamstrings working nice and strong. And then you're going to lower your leg down to the ground as far as you can, and then bring it all the way back up. If you've got the resistance band, keep your elbows tucked into your side, and then if you've got the towel, you might need to have a little bit of give so that we can get the range that we need. Head is down. Sorry, my head is down. I was just talking too much. And lower it down, and bring it back up. Now, we're going to exhale, big exhale, try and draw your belly button down to your spine as you bring it down, and inhale as you bring it back up, and then exhale, lower the leg down to the ground, good, and then bring it back up. For those of you with the bent leg, you will have to straighten it a bit for this one, so we're going to take the leg across the body to do circles. So you're going to take your leg across the body, and you're going to come down and around, and circle and bring it all the way back up. So you're going to exhale as you take it across your body, circle it down and around, and bring it back up. Last one, take it across your body, circle it down and around on your exhale, inhale and bring the leg back up to the top. We're going to reverse those circles now. So you're going to exhale as you take it out to the side, inhale as you take it down and around, and back to the top. And you're going to go exhale, you take your leg out to the side, down and around, and then up to the top. Last one, this is number 3, out to the side, down and around, and up to the top. So now we're going to do our hamstrings. So we're going to bend our knee to a 90-degree angle. Good, and then we're going to press our leg forward to straighten out our leg, and then keep that leg straight as we take it back up to the ceiling. Try to stretch out through the back of the leg. Try to get that kink out of the back of your knee if you can. So we're going to bend the knee first, press the leg forward, and then inhale and bring it back up. So take a breath to start. Then exhale as we bend and press. Good. And then inhale and take it all the way back to the top. Last one. Exhale to bend and press. Good, and then inhale to bring it back to the top. Let's reverse that direction. So we're going to exhale, straight leg down, and inhale as we bend it to 90 degrees, and then straighten it up to the ceiling as best as you can. Good. And then we're going to exhale as we lower down, inhale as we bend it in, and then straighten it up to the ceiling. Last one. Exhale as we take it down. Inhale as we bend it in, and then straighten it up to the ceiling. Very good. So now what we're going to do is take both straps and put them into our one hand on the same side. So I've got my left leg up in the ceiling, so both of the straps are going into my left hand. And from here, we're just going to drop that leg out to the side, keep the elbow on the ground, and you want to try and feel the stretch in your adductors on the inner side thigh, part of your thigh, and then bring it back to the center. Good, and then drop it out to the side. Feel that stretch. Elise is much more flexible than me, so she can go further than I can. That's what happens when you're young. And last one, out to the side. Good. Try not to let that opposite hip come up off the ground and come back to center. And then that leg's going to come out of that strap and you're going to swap legs and put the other one in. I hope you're all doing well and feeling lovely and relaxed. So now we're going to do the other side. So I've got the bent leg option and Elise has the straight leg option. The leg is going to go straight to the ceiling and then we're going to be straight down on our exhale and inhale and bring it back up. Good. Foot is flexed, so you're driving through the heel as you lower the leg down and you're going to inhale and bring it all the way back up. Good. And exhale, try to draw your belly in as much as you can to support your back as you lower the leg down and inhale to come back up. I just realised that I forgot to do the core talk before we started this, Elise. Oops, I'll do it next. And come back up. Last one. Inhale, exhale to take it down and inhale to bring it back up. Lovely. So if you've got the knee bent, you're just going to straighten it out a little bit or a lot, depending on what you can do. And it's going to go across our body in some circles. So we're going to exhale as we take it across our body and down, and then inhale and bring it all the way back up. And then exhale as we go across the body and down and around, and inhale and bring it back up. And last one, exhale, take it across your body, scoop that belly in and inhale and bring it all the way back up. We're going to reverse our direction now. So we're going to go exhale and go out to the side, down and around, inhale and bring it all the way back up. Good, 2 more to go. Out to the side, exhale, down and around, inhale and bring it back up. And last one, out to the side, down and around, and inhale and bring it back up. So now from here we're going to bend the knee, I'm starting to shake, and then press straight out, good, and then you're going to lift the leg straight up to the ceiling, good, and then you're going to bend the knee and press straight out and lift the leg straight up to the ceiling, good, and again, bend the knee, press straight out, and up to the ceiling. Sorry, I'm giving the bent leg variation. Elise is doing the straight leg variation. I think I forgot that on the other side. Sorry about that. Let's reverse the direction, shall we? So we're going to straight leg all the way down, bend the knee back towards you, exhale, straighten the leg up as much as you can, good. And then exhale, big breath out as you lower the leg down, inhale to bring it in, and then exhale, straighten it back up to the ceiling. Last one. Exhale as we go down, inhale to bring it back in, and exhale, straighten it all up to the ceiling. So now we're going to take both the ends of the towel or the band and you're going to put it in your same hand. So I've got my right leg in the ceiling, the towel is going into my right hand, elbows on the ground as we do our abductors. So we're going to take the leg out to the side as far as you can manage, good, and then bring it back up. Good, and then take it out to the side. Make sure your foot is flexed rather than pointed, and bring it back up. And last one, take it out to the side. Good, and bring it back up. Lovely. So we'll just pop those towels to the side. Elise is going to keep her resistance band and she's going to put it over her hip area, and she's going to place her hands on either side of the band to give her a bit more resistance to make this next exercise a bit more challenging. For this one, our pillows that we use are going to be out of the way, so just take our heads out. We're going to go into our pelvic bridges. So your feet are going to be bent in towards your bottom area, and your hands are going to be by your side. And you want to try to open out your chest. So try not to scrunch into this one as we do this exercise. So think about spreading those shoulders across your mat. Arms are by your side. Use your arms and your triceps as you inhale, and then you're going to exhale and lift your hips up into the air. You want to try and go as high as you can so you can feel your legs stretching across the front here, and try and drive your knees to the other side of the room, and then come all the way back down. And then exhale as you come up, slowly articulating up, drive the knees to the other side of the room if you can, feel the stretch opening up your hips, and then you're going to come all the way back down. Your hamstrings are working, your butt is working, and the stretch is at the front. Last one. And everybody's going to come up, press up, don't crouch into your shoulders, keep them open and down, lift up as far as you can, squeeze into those buttocks, and come all the way back down. Beautiful. I hope you're all feeling good now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a bit of a head release. So Elisa's going to grab her roller and she's going to pop it just underneath her head and her neck area here. And all she's going to do is she's going to roll her head from side to side on the roller. You can do the same thing on the spiky ball if you have one. And if you don't have a spiky ball, you're just going to grab your towel that we used before and you're going to fold it over so it makes like a bit of a headrest for us. Yeah? So you've got your own little headrest made out of your towel. Then you're going to pop that on the ground and you're going to put your same head area on that towel. Not as good as the roller, but it still does the trick. And then you're going to, for this position, you're just going to roll your head to the side and come back to centre. I need to make mine just a bit tighter. That's better. And then roll it to the side and come back to centre and roll to the side and back to centre. And last one, roll it to the side, good, and come back to centre. So you've used the roller just gives you a bit more of a release of those muscles. It sort of like gets that tightness out from underneath the back of your neck and also up just underneath where the skull hits onto the spine area there. Okay, I hope everybody's feeling good. If you've got any questions, put something in the comments. I've got Kirsten standing by to answer any questions that you might have as best as she can. Everybody's going to sit up now for me, please. And our legs are going to be a bit wider than our mats. You want to try and keep your legs as straight as you possibly can. So I know that people with tight hamstrings will get a bit of a knee rise because they won't be able to get their knees flat to the ground. So if that happens to be the case, you get that towel that we've been using before and make it a longer roll, so roll it up nice and long, and then pop it underneath your knees so you've got something to support your knees while you do this exercise, okay? The more you roll it up, the tighter it's going to be and the more support you're going to get. If you can't do that, grab like a cushion off the lounge or a pillow or something like that, just to support your knees while we do this exercise, okay? Alrighty. So, our legs are straight, our feet are going to be flexed, but when we flex our feet, try not to flex them so that they turn out to the side, okay? So you want them to be sort of flexed and straight back pointing towards you rather than flexed and turning this way out or turning in towards your body. So try to get them as straight back as you possibly can. Elisa's going to do the simpler version, so she's going to have her hands in front of her on the mat, and I'm going to do the version where my hands are going to be straight out in front of me. So we're just going to do a spine stretch forward. So from here, you're going to give a slight nod of the head from chin to the chest, and then you're going to slide your hands along the floor if you release, or we're going to take our body forward like so if you're a bit more challenging. Good. And then you're going to come all the way back up. Good. So we're going to inhale here, and then we're going to exhale. Scoop the belly in as we roll all the way down. Good. And then inhale as we come all the way back up. Make sure the feet are flexed, our legs are active. Last one. And exhale as we go all the way forward. And then inhale as we come all the way back up. Nice. We're going to do what's called a saw now. So our arms are going to go out to the side. And you want them to be, your feet are still flexed. They're still nice and long. And our arms are out to the side. Elisa's going to do a shortened version and I'm going to do the full version. So from here we're going to rotate the body to the right. And then we're going to reach forward. I'm going to try and reach for my pinky toe. And stretch, keep stretching forward into that stretch. And then we're going to come back up. Elisa's pretending that she's got really tight hamstrings and she can't quite go as far towards her toe as we would like. So she's doing the shorter version. And stretch, keep reaching forward as much as you can. And come back up. Good, arms are straight, don't let them creep forward, don't come up into the shoulders. Keep them down and back and connected. And rotate and reach and keep going forward and up. Good, and last one, and rotate and reach forward. And come all the way back up and relax. Whew, all right. I'm getting a bit hot here and we've even got the air conditioner on. All right, let's go lying on our side. Bring your cushions back if you need to, or you can use your towel again to make a little cushion for you. You're going to lay on your side. And our knees are going to be bent, and our heels are going to be in line with our tailbone. So if I flick this way for you, my heels are going to be in line with my tailbone here, and the knees are going to be bent, and I'm laying down on my side. My hands are going to be straight out in front of me. Beautiful, good. And we're going to do a chest opening from here. So from this position, we're going to take a big breath in, and then we're going to exhale and open our chest all the way out. Follow our hand with our head, but don't let our hips roll back with us, okay? So try to keep your hips stacked on one on top of the other. So your range is determined by how far you can keep your hips in this position, okay? So as soon as you take that back, we lose that connection that we want with the side of the body here. So we're staying here, and then our hips are forward, stacked one on top of the other, and we're going to exhale as we open out, and inhale as we come back, and last one on this side, exhale as we open out, and inhale as we come back in. Beautiful. We're now going to do a bit of a butt workout, work our glutes, because they're a really important part of our body to help us support us, especially in these times when we're not doing a hell of a lot. So Elisa's going to do a harder version by getting her booty band, or if you have your resistance band at home, you're just going to, pass me the resistance band, please, Elise. You're just going to take your resistance band and you're going to tie it off in a little knot. Right, so you end up with this little circle booty band all on your own, yep? And then you're going to pop your feet inside your band and put it up just above your knee area. So Elisa's going to do the more challenging version with the band, and I'm just going to do the other version. Okay, so your hand is going to be straight out underneath you, and I'm going to take the cushion for me and pop it on top of my hand. And then you're going to keep the knees bent, because that's where we just were. Our heels are in line with our bottom, and we're going to do what we call clamps. So from here, you're going to inhale to start, and then you're going to exhale as you open your leg up, keeping the heels together, and then inhale as you bring it back down. And you're going to exhale, scoop the belly in as you lift up, good, and inhale as you bring it back down. Now, as you're going, keep going for me. Don't let these hips roll back to try to open this leg out more. You're just defeating the purpose of the exercise, okay? So keep the hips one on top of the other, and you're going to only open as far as you can manage without making these hips move. Okay, and back down, and then open up. Good, and back down. I think we've got 2 more to go. And we're going to open out. And back down, and last one, open out, and back down. Lovely. So now we're going to straighten our legs out, and you're going to bring them forward of your body line. So I don't want them straight to be in line with you, I want them a bit forward of your body. Okay? So from here, we're just going to give a little rotation of the top leg. So I just want you to rotate that top leg, so pretty much your heels are touching each other like so. And then from here, making sure our hips are still tacked on one another, you're just going to lift that leg up just a little bit and then bring it back down. If you're super flexible and you want more, you can lift that leg up higher and bring it back down. It's up to you. But I'm just happy with this little range here, if that's going to work for you. If you're finding that this external rotation is a bit too much, then just come back to parallel and keep the exercise here for you. It'll do the same trick. If we just go into external rotation, we just want to open our hips up a bit more and get those external rotators on the hip working a bit more for us. But we've got 3 more here, I think. And 2. Last one. No. And we're now going to do some leg circles. So you're just going to lift the leg up so it's the same height as your hips. And then we're going to make a circle from your hip in one direction. So we're going to circle with our leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now the other way. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We've got one more to do on, no we don't, we've got 2 more to do on this side. We're going to do leg kicks next. So you're going to lift the leg up just a little bit off the ground, and you're going to take that leg forward, and then you're going to bring it all the way back. And as you take it back, think about stretching across the front of the leg here. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, scoop the belly as you take it back. Don't go too much that you end up arching into your lower back. That'll undo all of the good work that we've done today. Inhale, take the leg forward. Exhale, take it back. Reach through the top of the leg. And inhale, take it forward. And exhale, take it all the way back. Beautiful. Bring it down and have a rest. The last one is we're going to lift the leg up, bit of a hot potato this one. And you're going to take the leg behind you and tap it with your heel. And then you're going to bring it up and bring it forward and tap it with your toe. And then bring it up, turn it round and tap it with your heel. And bring it up and bring it forward and tap the floor with your toe. And you're going to keep going. And you're going to exhale. Inhale here. Exhale as you move. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale as you take it over. Take a big breath in. We're not going too fast. We're just going to slowly use our movements. You should be feeling your bottoms working at this moment. Your whole leg is working. I can feel mine shaking, so you must be too. And last one. Back and forward. Good. And rest. Woo. Other side. Maybe it doesn't hurt that we did this yesterday too, hey Alex? Okay. So we're going to start on this side, and we're going to have the cushion first, so we're going to do our chest openings. So our hands are going to be right out in front of us. Good, and our knees are bent, and our heels are in line with our bottom, okay? So remember, our hips are stacked one on top of the other, and our arms are straight out in front, head is rested and down. You're going to take an inhale here, and you're going to exhale and take our arm up and over. Follow it with your head if you can. Good, and inhale and bring it back. Remember, we don't want the hips to be going back and falling behind us as we take our arm over. And then inhale here. Exhale as we open out. Take it all the way back. Good, and inhale and bring it forward. Good, and 2 to go. Exhale, take it back. Stretch across the front of the chest. Feel each time you should be going just a little bit more than you went before because we're opening up those muscles. Last one. Exhale as we take it back. And inhale and bring it forward. Beautiful. Elisa's got the booty band on, so she's going round 2 on the same side. We're just staying here. Your arm's going to go straight out underneath you. And I'm going to pop the cushion on top of my head, or your towel is going to be here to support you. And we're going to go into our clams. So from here, keeping the heels together, you're going to open the leg up and inhale and bring it back down. And exhale, open the leg up and inhale and bring it back down. You can use this hand at the front here to support you. Remember, we don't want to open too much so that our hips end up rolling back as we're opening. So we only want to go as far as our hips stay stacked one on top of the other. Okay? And we've got to inhale. No, that's not right. We're going to exhale as we open out and inhale and bring it back down. Our last one, exhale as we open out and inhale as we come back down. Okay, straightening our legs out in front of us. Remember, so this will be straight behind us. We want to take it a bit forward of our midline. Okay, and from here we're going to lift the leg up and bring it back down. And we're going to lift the leg up and bring it back down. If you want more of a challenge while you're doing this, think about pressing the bottom leg into the mat, yeah, and use your inner thighs to kind of give it a bit more, making that hip work a bit more. So as you go down, you press that bottom leg in and try and keep it working as you lift the top leg up and down. You also have the option to do that external rotation where the heels are connected, and the heels are the ones that are connecting and touching each other, just to give you a little bit of external rotation on that hip. And you also have the option to lift that leg higher to the ceiling if that's your desired. We've got 2 to go here, and then bring it back down, and exhale, and inhale and bring it back down. Beautiful. We're going to lift this leg up to hip height, and we're going to go for our leg circles. So we're going to circle it one way for 8, 7, 6. Keep pushing that bottom leg into the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to do our leg kicks now, so the leg's going to come up a little bit off the ground, and you're going to take your leg forward, and then take it all the way back and stretch to the front of the leg. Good, and inhale, take it forward, and exhale, pull back and stretch the leg back. Good, and inhale forward, press that bottom leg in to support you, and exhale, drive that leg back, stretch the leg. Last one, inhale, take it forward, and exhale, take it all the way back. Beautiful. And now we're going to do a little bit of a hot potato, so the leg's going to come up, and you're going to tap down behind you with your heel, come up and over the leg and tap with your toe. And then up and down, heel, and up and down, toe. Nice. Up and down, heel, up and down, toe. Keep going. Don't forget to breathe. Up and down, toe. 2 to go. And heel, and toe, and heel, and toe. Beautiful. And come to rest. Lovely. Okay, we'll come up now. You can take the band off if you use your resistance band or the booty band that Elise had. And we're just going to come and do a bit of a glute stretch after that workout with our butts. So just coming up on your hands and knees, you're just going to bring this leg in front of the other one, and then come back down to the ground and stretch out on that one particular side. You can go just here on your elbows, you can go all the way down to the ground. If you're not feeling it in your butt, look about your position of your hips. You may be too far on one side than the other, so just rotate your hips until they're level, and then you should be able to feel that stretch happening in your glute area. Come back up and we'll swap sides. So we're going to pop this leg in front and then stretch that out. Elise has got her hands all the way out, so she's all the way down to the ground, and I've got the up version. Okay, and coming all the way out of that, and then we're just going to lay on our stomach. So you're going to lay on your stomach on your mat, and your hands are going to be stacked one on top of the other like this, and you're going to pop your forehead onto your hands. Okay? Bring your legs together and point your feet so that your feet run flat along the floor for me. And all we're going to do here is we're just going to breathe. So I want you to take a big breath in, and then I want you to take a big breath out. Now, as you're breathing in and take a breath out, you'll be able to feel your abdominal muscles working. So as you breathe in, they're going to go into the mat, and as you breathe out, they're going to come away from the mat. Now, if you're pregnant, you won't be able to do this one because you can't lay on your stomach. So what you're going to do is you're going to be just sitting on your chair and just doing the breathing technique with your hands around your pregnant belly, so you can feel the breathing technique happening inside, surrounding the baby. Everybody else is laying here on the ground. So you're still breathing in and you're breathing out. On your next exhale, I want you to think about drawing those abdominal muscles away from the mat just that little bit more. Just try to switch that core on a bit more. And the reason why we're trying to do this is we want to protect our lower back when we do this sequence of exercises, okay? So as you're breathing in, your muscles are flattening out to the floor, and then as you exhale, you can feel them, you want to draw them further away. So you've got a bit of a space between you and the mat, if you can possibly get that, okay? Last one, big in-breath, and then as you exhale, you can see Elisa's belly pulling away from the mat there, sorry. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to keep that breathing technique while we do this prone series, okay? So, we're going to take an inhale here, and then we're going to exhale, pull the belly away from the mat and lift one leg just a little bit up off the floor. If you just watch a leash, you're just lifting a little bit up off the floor, and then we're going to bring it all the way back down. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the belly in, lift the other leg a little bit up off the floor. Good. And inhale, bring it back down. One more on each side. Exhale, lift the leg up, scoop the belly so it supports your back, and down. Good. And last one. Exhale as we lift the leg up. Good. And bring it back down. Nice. We're going to bring our legs together, and we're going to try to do both at the same time. So you're going to inhale first, and then exhale, squeeze the inner thighs, lift the legs, let the butt work, good, and bring it back down, inhale, good. Exhale, draw the belly away, lift up, and back down, good. And last one, exhale, scoop the belly, lift it away from the mat, stretch it out through the legs, good, and all the way back down and relax. Beautiful. We're going to come up and come back into our child's pose, just to stretch out that lower back. Tuck your toes underneath you and come all the way back. Take a big breath in while you're back there, and then exhale and try and draw that belly away from your thighs, just like you were doing on the mat before. So you're going to inhale and then exhale and scoop the belly in and away so it opens up that lower back as well. And then come all the way back out onto your mat. And then we're just going to come up. Good. And we're going to hold this position here. You're going to turn your head to one side, to the right. Drop your chin to the chest and roll it around to the left. And come back to center. And then the other side, roll it around to the left. Chin to chest, roll it around to the right. And then back to center. And then come all the way back down. And one more. And come up. Good. Go to the left first. Chin to chest, roll it around to the right. And then to center. And then opposite side. Right first. Chin to chest, roll it around. And back to center. And come back down. We're going to tuck your toes underneath. Come back into your child's pose. One more stretch out there. If you want a bit more of an intense stretch in the child's pose, bring your hands around. Grab onto your ankles of your feet, and then scoop your belly away from your thighs as much as you possibly can. And relax. And last one. Inhale, and then big exhale. Scoop the belly in, pull it away from your thighs. Feel that lower back opening out, and relax. Beautiful. Come out onto your mat, onto your all fours. If you have a frozen shoulder or any shoulder issues, probably don't do this exercise. But for everybody else, we're just going to do a bit of shoulder retraction. So from here, all we're going to do is just going to drop our shoulders down and then come all the way back up. So scoop through the belly so you've got a flat back. Good. And then we're just isolating the shoulders by dropping down and coming back up. Good. Bring your knees underneath your hips so you can pull your legs. Yes. Good. And drop down and back up. Good. And last one, drop down. Good. And all the way back up. Last one's going to be a thread the needle. So keeping one hand where it is, the other hand's going to reach underneath you, and you're going to bend this elbow as you stretch and rotate to that one side. And then come all the way back up. And then swap to the other side as you reach underneath and rotate and stretch. And come all the way back up. And one more on each side. Rotate and reach and stretch. And come all the way back up. And last one, rotate, reach and stretch. And come all the way back up. Beautiful. So now let's stand up. And we're right back to where we started at the very beginning of our workout, where we did our first roll down. So let's just see if you can get a bit longer to the ground, if any of the muscles that were tight to start with have loosened up. And let's just check in with our body one more time before we finish. So our legs are a hip width distance apart. Our hands are relaxed and by our side. We're going to take a big breath in, and then we're going to exhale, chin to chest, and then roll the body down to the ground. as far as you can go. Inhale here and then roll all the way back up. Good, and one more. Inhale here, exhale, roll the body all the way down. Now as far as you can without overstretching. Inhale here and then exhale and roll the body all the way back up. Beautiful. Well, I hope that you're all feeling relaxed, stretched and toned after that workout. Next we're going to have Akeem and Victoria are coming from the self-development, self-care workshop. So we hope that you enjoyed the rest of the Camden Wellness Expo, and we look forward to seeing you next year, hopefully in person at the Camden Civic Centre. Thanks everybody for joining us today. Bye.